Look, the time is 7:30. Right now, we are watching the sunset, and you might be wondering why you in the car watching this sunset. Well, this is why, because there is a mosquito infestation. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's so many mosquitoes, and I'm just hoping they don't get inside the car. And normally I just come to the sea, especially in the morning, because it reminds me of how small my problems really are. And sometimes we're just so immersed in our own world that we forget that we're not the only ones experiencing life. And sometimes we're just so zoomed in into our problem, me, and we're just so focused on how we feel. And there's a word that resonates highly with me, and it's called sonder. The word sonder means that everyone is living a complex life of their own, and they're going through their own problems the same way you are. And that makes you feel so much better, to make you realize that you are not alone going through this experience of life. And before, I used to have this very, very stiff perspective when it came to seeing life. Whenever I was going through a problem, I'd think to myself, yeah, but I'm going through a problem, I'm feeling upset, and this is reality. And the reality is true. You are going through the problem. You are feeling upset. And I feel like that is the beauty of life, because in every negative, there is always a positive you can take out of it. You're already going through that pain. You're already going through that hardship. So what can you see from it? And ever since I shifted my perspective to problems in life are not problems, they are opportunities for you to grow on, that makes everything change. I used to be so frustrated because why is this taking so long? Why is this happening? Why is everything happening against me? But why is it in reality is happening for you? The reason I say this is because before, I would get wound up, I'd get angry very quickly. Then I realized that this is actually trying to teach me patience. If I just actually keep my cool and overcome this situation without it getting a reaction from me, I have now unlocked patience. And it's something very gradual. And this isn't even the topic I want to talk about. Today, the topic I want to talk about is how to take action. And the reason I wanted to say this topic on, there's so many mosquitoes, is actually crazy. Look, 1, 2, I can't even zoom in on this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the whole windscreen. Today I want to talk about taking action, because this past week I've been going, and I'm very blessed that now my social media's at a point now where I'm getting 20,000 followers every single month. I'm getting 30 million views every single month. And with that, I'm having a high volume of people asking me questions. And the other day, I had roughly around 1,000 to 2,000 messages of people asking me that I want to make changes, and I'm tired of procrastination. And when it comes to doing it, then I just don't feel like doing it. And how can I actually start making changes? Like, I'm tired of living this life. And the reality is that you're not tired of living this life. You're very happy in that position that you're in. No matter how bad it is, you're actually very content. And the way I've started to communicate and express myself now is in ways that I want you to change, because the way I speak to you now is how I had to speak to myself to actually make changes. And the reason I say this is because we want to hear something that's going to make us feel good, to gradually make that change. You're just waiting for the right time. The right time doesn't exist. That frustration that you feel that wants you to make change is because you have seen that the change you want is possible and is living through someone else. So what ends up happening is that creates a sense of jealousy. It creates a sense of jealousy, a bad emotion, because now you want it. Not because you want the change and you genuinely want it, it's because now you want to experience what someone else is experiencing, but you're not. And the reason you're not experiencing it is because you, as I said, you're comfortable in that position, which is why you're not taking action. You need to have a reason to why you're taking the action. You need to have a reason to why you want to get the outcome. The reason I started to make changes was because exactly 5 years ago when I came to Spain, I was living at my mother's house and I was very comfortable with what I was doing. I was just cruising through life. As soon as I hit 25, that was the biggest wake-up call for me, because then I realized in 25 years from now, I'm going to be 50. In roughly 6-7 years from where I was, my parents already had me. They already, let's just say, now living life, the human experience. There is no right or wrong way of living life. The question you need to ask yourself, what is right or wrong for you? That's why I give you a very simple guideline. Listen to the call of your conscience and make sure regret is your guideline. So whenever you do something, ask yourself, do I regret this thing that I do? And the answer is no, keep doing more of it. But anyway, going back on the topic, 25, I hit the one of the lowest points in my life. I was still living with my mum. I had no direction of where I was going with life, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just felt super lost. And I had left everything back home in London. I had left everything back home in the UK. So I asked myself, what am I really doing with my life? And then I'll see everyone around me being so successful in everything. So that made me just want to do this, want to do that. Just wanted me to try and do things in areas that I saw what people were successful in. And that's why I would always fail, because I had no real reason why I was doing it. And this is uncommon advice. If you don't know where to start, make sure you start on becoming the best for you. And the reason I say this is because everyone's so focused on the how before the who. It's like, I want to be the best this. I want to be the best this. I want to make a lot of money. Like, you guys are just talking about end results which you want. These end results that you want are created through daily actions that compound to give you this result. And this is why action is super important, because when it's backed with a reason, then it makes it so much easier. And the reason that I took action is because I got to the point so low that the only way I could go was up. I got to a point so low that I looked at my life and I said, I don't have any money right now. I don't have anything going for me. I don't want to be 50 years old living at my mother's house. I am an ambitious person. I've always had dreams I've always felt like I was meant for something much greater. And that's the reality of it. But I didn't see these things happening. I was stuck. I was broke. And then I said to myself, what am I actually doing? That's when it clicked. Because most of the time we want things, but the thing is, these things come about with daily actions. Wherever your focus grows, that's where it will grow. What are you watering? If you water trying to create content every single day, you will be a successful content creator. If you water trying to be strong every single day, you will be a strong person. But if you water your doubts every single day, your doubts will grow. If you water your insecurities every day, you'll water your insecurities. And how do you do this water? By the actions that you take. You say that you want to be confident, but you're not doing anything to become that confident person. So going back to the point where I was saying that taking action is super important and is a daily action that compounds to that result that you want. So this is where you ask yourself, what is it that I want? Because I was ambitious. I was tired of living the same life and not doing anything about it. And that was the answer. I wasn't doing anything about it. I was just in that same situation, just manifesting, imagining the life that I can live. And the thing is, if you can visualize it, you have a calling for a reason. You have a calling, and when you visualize it, you actually feel and sense the life that you can live, but you're not living it. Why? Because you're not taking action. Why? Because you're held back by fear. And fear is a killer of the mind, and it's so important because all of our actions stem from the mind. So when you want an outcome or you want to do something, it comes from the mind first. You have to convince yourself to actually do the thing. That's why I tell you guys, the reason you're not doing it is because you're comfortable. If you are hungry, you will find something to eat. But if you haven't eaten yet, it's because you are not hungry enough. Until your mind accepts that, wow, we are very hungry. We are now entering a point of we're going to die of starvation. Let's find some food. Then you take action to get some food. Everyone is complaining about, I don't have this, I don't have that. The reality is that you are lazy. The reality is that you have not done anything to try to reach that goal. I can almost guarantee you it. Many people come to me say, oh, but I want to do this, I want to go to the gym. It's very simple. You guys know what to do. But why haven't you gone ahead and done it? You're already living in that pain. You are just lacking complete accountability. You guys are living in the comfort that tomorrow will come. The reality is that tomorrow does not exist, and we don't even know if we are going to be alive tomorrow. I can get this car now, go my way back and end up getting a stroke or a heart attack, God forbid. But that is the reality of life. You are so comfortable knowing that, oh, tomorrow is another day. I can try again tomorrow. Let me do it tomorrow. Because when that temptation comes, which it will come every single day, when you get tested, which will come, when those days that you feel bad will come, that's when you give in. This is why you need to condition yourself to become the best person every single day, because when those challenges come, which they will, is like a video game. We are all playing this video game called life. Unfortunately, whether you like it or not, you are in this game. So it's either you lose or you learn how to play the game. And playing the game is knowing that you will be attacked every single day by your doubts, by your fears, by your insecurities. And everything that will attack you, guess what? They're your thoughts, your self-doubt. Because who tells you you're not good enough? Your self-talk. Who tells you can't do it? Your self-talk. Why do you listen to it? Because you don't have that trust within yourself. You don't believe anything you ever say. Because you haven't got any proof of the things that you can do. So when these big tasks come about and you feel ambitious and you feel like you're meant for greatness, why can't you ever do it? Because you can't even do the smallest things that come out of your mouth. You say that you're going to go to the gym. Why has it been a year and you haven't gone to the gym? You say that you're going to get in shape. Why has it been 2 years and you haven't gotten in shape? You say you're going to eat healthy, but you haven't. You say you're going to stop smoking, but you haven't. But you say, oh, but it's hard. Like, I can't commit. People that smoke, people that don't do the things that they're meant to do, you guys are the most committed. Everyone is committed. You just need a good enough reason. Every one of you go to work. If you go to work, if you go to school, you are a committed person. Whether you like it or not, it shows that you are committed. You do the things that you don't want to do regardless of how you feel. Why? Because there's a reason. Why? Because you don't have to go to work. But you say, no, I do because I don't want to end up living in the street. Good, that's your standard. You just shown it to yourself. The standard is that you don't want to live in the street and you have a certain way of living that you want to maintain. Whether it be the lowest and maybe you're just living in a 1-bedroom apartment, maybe you're living in a studio flat, maybe you have your family, that is your standard. Once you learn to elevate your standard and know that you can have a different standard, then you realize this is the rhythm I need to be working at. But like I said, you guys are too comfortable. And the thing is, when you think of taking action, you guys get overwhelmed and you start looking at time frames that don't exist. You guys start looking at time frames of 1 year from now, 2 years, 3 years from now. And it starts to overwhelm you. And the best way I can tell you this, and which is why I tell you guys that you guys need to have proof behind yourself to give you that confidence to do the things that you want to do regardless of how you feel. Which is why I always tell you guys the gym is the answer. Doing physical activity is the answer. You guys say, no, but it's not important. It's not important. You have to create that base pyramid. Why do I say that training is so important? The reason training is so important is because once you follow a program, once you hit your macros, once you continuously do the things and you don't see that result, then you keep on going. And guess what? Because when you go to the gym, what do you have to do? You just have to focus on going to the gym today, making sure you eat well today. And within time, you start to realize changes that you didn't even see happening, but now you've got to change. This builds proof. This builds confidence. Why? Because now you've managed to see a transformation. Now that same transformation you can translate to everything else, realizing that it's going to take hard work, it's going to take consistency, there's going to be a lot of doubts on the way, but you keep on going regardless. And this is how you build confidence. Confidence is follow through and is the key to taking action because now you believe in yourself. But guess what? Like any video game, as we're in this video game of life, you will be tested. There will be a lot of days where you'll have that self-doubt where you don't want to do things. Yesterday was that day for me where I was tired. I've been awake from 5 a.m. and then I had to go on a 14-kilometer run. I didn't want to do it. And the thing is, between stimulus and response, this small window is where we think. And when we think, is because we're trying to find an excuse to make us feel better to why we're not going to do a thing. But excuses you can find everywhere. But all you're trying to do is convince yourself out of doing the thing that you know you're meant to do. Who wants that outcome? I don't need that outcome. I'm not living your life. I don't care what you do. But guess what? I do care about what you do, which is why I'm making this video. Because if you were to continue and if you keep on doing the same things that you're doing, you're going to live that life for the rest of your life, which is why I'm trying to teach you how to take action, which is why this video right now is 13 minutes long. And I'm going to break it down exactly how you're going to take action. I didn't want to go on my run yesterday, but guess what I done? I know that after I'm going to feel regret. Conscience, listen to the call of your conscience. My conscience was telling me, you need to go on the run. It's not about the run. I don't care about the run. I don't care about the physique that I get. But what I do care is what it takes away. It takes away that self-doubt. It takes away that voice in my head that tells me you're not good enough. Because guess what? I've shown myself that I can do the things that I don't want to do regardless of how I feel. I have shown myself. So whenever that big task comes in front of me, I know I can do it. Why? Because I'm unbreakable. This is a daily choice. I choose to be unbreakable today. I choose to be unbreakable tomorrow. And I choose to be unbreakable the day after that. That's why identity is a lie. You think, oh, I'm this lazy person. I can't do things. I'm destined for failure. No. You have a calling. And the second you decide to be a disciplined person by doing the things that you don't want to do, things that are aligned with that outcome that you want, and you just do that every single day, just focus on today, you become a disciplined person. You do that the next day, you become a disciplined person. Now you have the identity of a disciplined person. Now you are a disciplined person. Which is why I'm going back to what I was mentioning before and I got kind of off track when I mentioned about the different time frames. When you think about when you have 1 month ahead, 2 months, 3 years. You try to think logically on where you in your situation now about what's going to happen in 1 or 2 years from now. And sometimes it's not going to make sense. But listen, if you're watching this, I'm going to give you some detail. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be sharing it, but I love you guys. I'm going to share this with you. Imagine this. I can't control when my videos are going to go viral. I can't control when a life-changing opportunity is going to come my way. But guess what I can control is keep on taking the actions which are going to give me a higher likelihood of it happening. Imagine you're driving a car at night. When you're driving a car at night, your headlights, they only show around 10 meters. Around 10 meters, right? But yet you keep on driving. Why? Because you trust that as you keep on going, you're going to see another 10 meters. But within those 10 meters, you don't know what's ahead of it. There could be an accident, there could be a roadblock, there could be a wall, but yet you keep on going. This is the thing, the path illuminates as you walk it, and things will end up coming in your way that have no logic. The other day I got an email from a production company asking me to feature on one of their shows. I didn't accept it, but this is something that I can't logically say, yes, on this day this is going to happen. I got invited by the Chinese government to win a golden award in China for my short form content. I can't put into perspective, oh yeah, on the 1st of September, the Chinese government in 2 years from now is going to message me, so this is why I need to keep on going. But if I said to you, in your 27th attempt of that thing that you wouldn't do, in 100 days from now, your life is going to change. You just need to focus on doing the action today. It doesn't matter if you fail, but just make sure you go. What are you going to do? You're just going to continuously go until you get to the 100th day. That's the exact same thing. You just have to keep that focus to keep on going. You just need to have the mental attitude to never give up. You need to have that consistency to keep on going, and you need to see everything with today, which is why I say don't look far ahead. Don't look what's going to happen a year from now. Don't look what's going to happen a week from now. Just focus on today. And that's the only thing that matters. Like I've mentioned to you many times, the past you can't change. There's no point of you thinking what if, what could have I done, what should have I done, because we ain't going that way. The future creates this anxiety of, oh no, but logically this doesn't make sense and this is never going to happen. There's things that are out of your control. Who can you guarantee that you're not going to meet someone that's going to tell you this, you never know. I could have never said, in a year from now, you're going to watch my video. But guess what? You're watching my video. Which is why the secret, which is what I'm going to tell you now, to taking action is thinking of today. You have this desired outcome that you want. So it's like a GPS. You put that desired outcome. Now you need to just break it down on, okay, what do I have to do to do this? I wanted to speak Chinese. 现在我可以说中文，但是我的中文不好，但是我可以说，我可以听得懂一点中文。I speak a bit of Chinese y también puedo hablar español. ¿Y por qué puedo hacer esas cosas? Bueno, el español es que crecí hablando español. The reason I can speak language, think about it. Before I couldn't speak a language. But if I sit down now and I say to you, I am going to learn, if I'm going to learn, I don't know, Dutch. I promise you, if I want to learn Dutch, I will learn Dutch. Why? Because now I know what I want. GPS. So what do I have to do? Every single day just study and speak a bit of Dutch. So if you want to get in shape, what do you have to do? Well, make sure you hit your macros and go to the gym every day. If you want to be a confident person, do those uncomfortable actions which are going to make you that confident person. Listen, we think that being confident is going to help us to take the action. Being confident is going to help us to do the thing. But doing the thing is what gives you confidence. Which is why I would tell you, throw yourself in the deep end. What will you do if you were not afraid? And do that very thing. Because on the other side of it, you're going to realize that you are suffering so much more in your imagination than in reality in itself. Fear is holding you back. Fear is stopping you from taking action. Fear is the killer of the mind. And when the mind isn't working, that's the killer of action. So do the deductive process. The killer of fear is action. That's why stop thinking so much. You already know what you need to do, but you're just trying to find excuses to make you feel better. No, I don't want to do this now, which then leads you to procrastinating, which then leads you to regret, which then leads you to you staying in that same situation, which then leads you to 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a whole year from now, nothing's changed. Then you see everyone doing so much better than you, and you think, oh, they're doing so great, look, they're advancing. They are taking the actions every single day. Is it easy? No. We are all humans. We all have the same experience of life. Sadness, happiness, this. Yeah, for some it's going to be harder. But it doesn't matter if it's easy for me or hard for you or hard for that other person, because this is your life. This is your life. So advance in your life. Stop watching other people advance. Is it going to be harder for you? Yes. If it's not, great. But move. But take action. Because at the end of the day, the person that's going to be suffering is you. And the whole point is for you to progress. This is what I want. This is what makes me different between everyone else. Because I am telling you all of this out of love. I am telling you all of this because I wish someone told me this. If I was to tell you what you want to hear, no, don't worry, take your time, things will come and it will plan out. You will be 60 years old and things are still trying to plan out. Because things don't come to you. No one's coming to save you. You need to take the action. And the action is now. Because that frustration is like, oh, no, I'll do it tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, that same thing will happen again, that same feeling. Then you delay it, and that cycle again. The reason I keep on mentioning this throughout the video is because you've been mentioning the same thing through life. You've been having the same feelings through life, yet you haven't taken action. That's why I'm going to simplify it, and everything I've just shared with you is the blueprint to take action. Stop thinking about the future. Take action. Let me make it even simpler. The secret to taking action is stop thinking about the future and time frame and logically thinking what's going to happen. You can't logically place events that are going to happen in your life. I couldn't logically say to you that the government of China was going to invite me to win a golden award and travel China. I couldn't logically place that I was going to get an email from a TV show trying to offer me a life-changing opportunity. But guess what I can control? I can logically say that today I'm going to make sure I hit my non-negotiables which are aligned with the outcome that I want. I want to learn Chinese. Well, I don't need to worry about, oh, am I going to learn Chinese? I just need to worry about making sure that I open my Duolingo app, make sure I get a piece of paper and pen and practice and watch and learn Chinese. The second thing which I can control is making sure that I'm consistent. And the way that you're consistent is by taking action every single day. There's a police over here. One second, there's a police. Estoy grabando un video para YouTube. Sí, solo estoy aquí, tengo 3 minutos más. Gracias. So I got stopped by the police because they're here watching the thing. So this is what I'm saying. This is when problems come. So the action, what I'm trying to tell you is there's certain things that you can't control. And that's what's going to create that. That's what's going to overwhelm you. Because you want to control and you want this guarantee. The only guarantee in this life, remember, is that we are going to die. There's nothing else. There's only one guarantee that we are going to die. What's going to happen after that, if you believe in God, if there's a life after, which I do believe that there's more to life than just this. But we're talking about this experience. We're talking about the human experience. We're talking about this right now in this dunya right now. So I'm not sure I understand. So we're only guaranteed one thing. And that one thing we're guaranteed is death. So why are you so scared? Think about it. Think about it. Why are you so scared? Oh, I'm scared if I make a mistake. And if you never try, you have guaranteed yourself failure. You have guaranteed yourself to lose. You'll be in that same situation forever. Imagine if I never decided to grab my phone and post a video, even though everyone was telling me, no, that's so cringe. What's the point? It makes no sense. Never got the support. What if I decided to do that? What have you got to lose? You have everything to gain. You're already upset in that situation that you're in. You want the changes. So why are you not doing it? Stop thinking about the future. Remember, you only have one guarantee in this life, is that we're going to die. Taking action is following your non-negotiables that are aligned with that desired outcome that you want, which is making sure that you complete them every single day. When you are tested, which you will be tested, remember that everything that you want is decided with the actions that you take, not with the emotions that you feel. And the other one is just make sure you keep on going. Don't focus on the finish line. Focus on the actions. Never validate yourself on the result, but always validate yourself on the actions which are going to give you that result. And that is the secret, because that is the secret which is going to keep on going. Make sure you have the heart to keep on going, which is why you need a why. That desire that you want is a contract to be unhappy with yourself until you get that outcome that you want. Make sure you have the balls to keep on going, that you're going to get hardship, you're going to go through hardship, you're going to go through pain, which is why we're constructing that person that we admire, that strong individual, by making sure we reinforce ourselves with habits. Because when that day comes, which it comes like a video game, we fight the final boss. The final boss is that day where it's going to test you to not keep on going. That's your final boss. So make sure you win, which you will win. You just need to have to keep on going. And the third thing is forever be grateful, because we have everything that we need, and everything that we have can be taken away from us at any given moment. Remember, we are nothing. Zoom out, pan out of life. A bad moment doesn't dictate a bad life. It's just a period in your life, which is a test. Remember, there is no problems in this life. There's just only opportunities, and from that you will grow. Zoom out, sunder. Everyone is living a complex life of their own. Everyone is going through situations. You are not the only one. You feel like you're alone, going through problems, going through hardships. Listen, we all go through them. I am a human as well. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. The whole universe. We are just a speck of dust on this earth, and our experience is only 70 years old. And you're gonna let fear control you. You're gonna let fear stop you from actually achieving greatness, which you are. What's the word? You are meant for. Because of fear, because of an illusion, because of a reality that you've created in your head that doesn't exist. Just remember, stop living in a paradigm of, but what if it goes wrong? But what if it goes right? That was Suno out. Comment down, put it in the comment section below if you made it this far. So happy that you made it here, and I hope you've taken something away from this. Please subscribe, it does mean a lot. And if you want me to guide you one by one to help you get in the best shape of your life, and this is the foundation to taking action, to building that confidence, to feel that person that you can do anything, to feel unbreakable, to build that unbreakable mindset. This is what I teach you guys. If you want me to hold you by the hand and make sure that I pass on this software of unbreakable, and I'm just talking a lot now. If you want an unbreakable mindset and you want to learn how I done it and how you can do it and transfer that into your life, on Instagram, comment the word. You see, I've been speaking too long. Don't comment the word. DM me the word YouTube, and let's create that person you've always admired, that person who's confident. Create that person who has no excuses, that person who creates and takes crazy amount of action. Love you guys. We are outie.